Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central, an update video today on both some news, just have hit the PTR patch earlier today for us Europeans, and some interesting job listings that have appeared on the Blizzard's career page. I've just come back from Gamescom, so excuse me if I sound a bit tired. Just a whole lot of traveling really, but either way, let's get started. First off, this video and many others have been possible due to the continued support from our sponsor HyperX. Check out the link in the top comment for some cool new HyperX stuff. Anyway, let's get to it. The PTR now has a shared install with the live client for PC players. This means that if you're on PC, you're gonna have a little bit more disk space now actually, so that's pretty good. So you can just uninstall your previous PTR if you're on PC and then reinstall it to the same disk location as the main client, and that should save you some space actually. Moving on to the interesting stuff that affects all of us, on the PTR we have Bastion. His self-repair has changed. Self-repair no longer consumes resource while Bastion is at full health. And Bastion now correctly initiates 0.25 seconds of recovery time when cancelling self-repair with weapon fire. So some fixes there and kind of quality of life stuff, I guess you could say, nothing too major. Next up, Symmetra though, we have primary fire. Beam width lowered from 0.3 meters to 0.15. Beam DPS per level lowered from 65, 130 and 195 to 60, 120 and 180. So that's actually fairly significant, and Symmetra did seem pretty strong with the beam at least. I've started seeing her a little bit more in competitive not too long ago. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how notable that is in game. Zarya, primary fire, kind of same thing here. Beam width no longer scales with energy from 0.1 to 0.2 and is now always 0.15 instead. Max beam DPS lowered from 190 to 170. So kind of a DPS nerf there too. Sigma has also been changed quite a lot actually, so bear with me here as I go through these changes. Hypersphere, so the normal left click on PC, the normal primary fire basically. Explosion damage reduced from 35 to 30, so the damages were split up a little bit before. This is basically just a 5 damage nerf to Sigma that mostly comes into play when you haven't directly hit your target. Experimental barrier, so the shield, added a toggle option for deploying Sigma's experimental barrier. That was requested, I'd seen that quite a bit. Accretion, so this is the rock throwing ability. Explosion damage increased from 50 to 60. Now that's pretty good actually. And it's also partially to make up for the hyperspheres change there. But yeah, I really like the accretion thing as like an ability. Just a really cool and fun ability to use. And really good too. Gravitic Flux, the ultimate. Intro cast time increased from 0.4 seconds to 0.6. I think that's kind of well needed. If you just use the ultimate as soon as you possibly could after pressing Q, then it would be out pretty quickly and it'd be pretty difficult to dodge. So yeah, I think this change is probably for the better. The workshop has also had some updates. Actually, you can now create dummy bots. These are just a full player basically that has no human or AI controlling it. So it's just a hero that will be standing still unless it's of course ordered to do something, and there are some things that you are able to do with it as well. Definitely adds a bit more potential to PvE stuff eventually in the workshop, but yeah, cool to see overall. But that is pretty much the whole PTR patch. Moving on, of course, on this channel we've been talking about potential future Overwatch projects of various kinds, and as two people who keep a close eye on most things Overwatch, we've spotted some new job listings or job openings on the Blizzard careers website. Two for Overwatch that are pretty significant and also have some interesting descriptions, so let's have a look through. First off, design manager. This was not the same as like a senior level designer or whatever, but rather overlooking and helping and managing the teams that are designing the game. So this is a pretty big role, and it reads at the start actually that Blizzard Entertainment is looking for a skilled people manager to support a world-class design team focused on creating the next generation of content for the Overwatch franchise. Pretty interesting stuff there. That in itself might not seem like much, but it's fairly rare that a job listing within a game in Blizzard then goes to say that you might not be working on the current game here, you might be working on something else. But what makes that previous job listing even more interesting is this one for a senior games writer for Overwatch. Blizzard Entertainment is looking for an experienced senior game writer to join the Overwatch team. As part of the writing team, your day-to-day responsibilities will include dialogue writing, story development, and content implementation. Very interesting. Now obviously you can't really say that this is for like a new Overwatch game definitively, but we have kept track of these over time and you're not really expanding the team more and more like this when you're scaling down and working on the events less. Blizzard are putting less time into the events overall, are focusing on balance and such, but that leaves a whole lot of artists and other people to work on other things. And especially with a new design manager, senior level designer, and a senior games writer coming to the team, those can be pretty interesting positions in potentially new ventures too. Speaking of new things, HyperX have released quite a lot of cool stuff this year, so definitely check them out. You can check the particular product that we linked in the top comment, or you can just check the entire HyperX website. It's really easy to use, and yeah, they've got a lot of really good gaming gear, so check that out. They sponsored Overwatch Central for a long time, and we're really thankful for their continued support. Alright, that's everything for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just a quick little check-in. Again, if I sound a little bit tired, that's just because I've been traveling all day, so yeah. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.